is where the shell fell on the car, which is there, and then remember that was cracked. So I've taken a grind and taken most of the paint off right to the metal.
Right.
So now we've got to just smooth it out.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that I used to go around in round pieces to. So we just need, you can see all the layers of paint there.
Yeah.
Which was obviously those were filler paint that the preparer used for it.
Yeah.
So you just gotta smooth it out right so that the whole thing comes smooth. And this is it. This is part of the lead where the chunks.
The lead? What is that?
Okay. These cars got a seam running like this.
Yes.
And then the seam is like this.
Yes.
And then they fill the hole with lead to make it flat.
Why lead of all things?
Lead, I believe lead is the only thing that doesn't rust or corrode, I would imagine.
To seal the joint. Are there any other joints in the car?
Yeah, over here, over there, wherever they've joined the fixed body.
Yes.
The fixed body is this whole part here. This is fixed body. This is all loose parts that you can take off and put on.
The doors and yeah.
And over here you'll have some lead here, and over here you might have some lead under here because this is part of the fixed body. So this, the roof and the back part here is all fixed. It's all one, what they call a unibody.
Okay. They use this strange, eh?
So
must have added some weight to the car, I'm sure.
I'm sure, but you can see this is lead. And this is not lead. There is a corrosion coming through on the normal metal. You can also see the normal metal is darker.
So that when you say erosion, is that because water actually got under into those cracks? And
remember those cracks? Yeah, the water came in, but it didn't do anything because there's lead over here. So it actually crept up here under the paint, in between the paint and the steel. So you can see there's corrosion there.
Yeah. So it's quite a notable thing that if there's cracks on your paint, it's a very good chance that water got under there.
Absolutely.
And it's actually corroding underneath.
Yeah. And that's what causes the crack. Because the paint's lifting from the metal.
Yeah.
So this is the story here. I'm gonna have to just sand it until the whole thing is smooth.
Okay.
Go right around. So and then on the bootlet, decklet.
Yeah.
I've taken all the paint off.
Yes.
Because there was just so much paint on it, like a 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
And
what did you?
So I've used the grinder, polisher grinder.
Yeah.
Which is this one here.
Yeah.
So we've taken, and it's got like 60.
It's rough, eh?
It's coarse, yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got to do it, otherwise you won't get the stuff off.
Yeah.
And then I've used my straight edge sander over it. This is also lead, here where the bright pieces are.
Lead?
Yeah.
Would he added this afterwards then? This guy? Or
yeah, he's put lead on here because, as I said to you, there was a spoiler here.
Yes.
And obviously there were holes, and he fixed some of the holes with lead, and then obviously there were some dents which he tried to fix with lead as well. So this is all this is lead, and you can see over there that's all lead.
Yeah. Oh my God! And this you've discovered only after taking all this paint off, eh?
Yeah. So when you sand like this,
yeah,
you get all the high spots starting to shine.
Yes.
So all these are low spots.
Yes, I see that.
So which I now need to fill with something.
Yes.
So
what is your choice to? What are you going to use?
Well, the only thing that you can really use is body filler. You can't get in the rear of this thing to knock out anything because there's so many plates in belief. So you can't get in there to knock dents out or whatever.
And the option of lead, like that guy did?
It's a lead is a profession all by itself.
Oh, really?
You've got to know what you're doing.
Okay.
And I think that profession died many years ago.
Oh, right.
I don't think you get lot of people that use lead anymore.
Okay, so you're going to use the option of some sort
I'm
of
going
a
to
filler.
use. Yeah, I'm going to look. It's not too bad. It's just these low spots where we need to put some filler in.
All right. Process now is all of these other parts. Similar process. You're going to go in with a grinder. You're going to use maybe that on certain places.
This year I will just do by hand because it's not serious.
All right.
I think if you go through, you'll probably find that there's some corrosion just underneath, just under the surface.
Yeah. Okay.
The bootlet was bad. There were a lot of cracks. So
yeah.
And once you take the one out, there's just so much filler and stuff on it.
Yes.
You need to just wipe everything off. So yeah.
All right.
So that's all done. This is just a matter of knocking out the dent. You can get in there from the bottom.
Okay.
So
there's hardly a dent.
It's slightly.
But to you, there's a dent, eh?
Slightly. It's slightly, yeah.
Are you actually going to fix that for real?
I'll try and. I don't think you can get in there. So, but yeah. So whilst they're busy, this thing has got to come out somehow.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that,
it was this piece over here. I remember this. There's a bit of a. There's a bit of a.
There.
This is going to take a little bit of work.
We need to take all the paint off.
Yeah.
Once, because I don't know, because from the inside it feels okay. It doesn't feel if there's any dents there.
Yeah.
But yeah, once this is going to have the similar treatment as the bootlet.
Yeah.
Take all the paint off right to the metal over here as well.
So it looks like you've got yourself about a good day's work, or
yeah.
I think then it makes sense that I think in a day or so I must come back and see. Because you've also got a lot of work to do. I've got some editing to do as well, and you clean it up, and then I guess you're ready for painting. I think.
Yeah. I think in 2 days' time we can start painting. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Weather permitting, of course.
Weather permitting, for sure. Yes.
Okay. Morning, Ampie, how are you?
Hi, good morning. Good to you.
Good,
Thanks.
Good. You've taped it up. It's all looking nice. But what's all this? What's all over the place? Did you wash the car?
There was just so much dust. So the only way to get it off is to hose it down. So so as soon as you put air on it, the dust just comes up. So,
yeah. So it'll run the floor and a bit of
okay. So the whole thing is been washed out.
Right. So what have you done since I saw you?
This side is now finished, ready for proper primer.
Yeah.
What we're going to do here, where it went onto the metal.
Since yesterday, what did you do here? I see it looks a little rough here. What did you do?
Yeah, I've just sanded it with dry paper.
Okay.
So this is all finished now. It's done. Right. So it's ready for MS primer, which is a sealing primer, and this is. I'm going to put self-etching primer where the metal came through over there and over here at the bottom. And obviously, if you look at this side, remember there was these corrosion marks.
Did you find rust there?
Yeah. You can see there's rust at the bottom there, and there was rust there. You can see the metal.
Yeah. Okay. So it's important to go. So obviously to clean until you get rid of that rust, eh?
Yeah.
So these little lines and things here in the body, how is that going? Are you going to sand it away, or are you going to? How's it going to be covered?
You won't be able to sand this out. This is obviously a file that is used on, because you used to use a file on the lead, and it's quite a coarse file. So you used the file, and it actually damaged the steel.
Okay.
So, but the steel is fine. There's no corrosion on it.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, we'll put MS primer, which is quite a thick primer.
Yeah.
And you put it on, and it actually, these little marks will appear again.
Yes.
But when you start sanding, you actually sand all the marks away. So the primer takes care of all these little
I see.
pock marks or whatever. That's
and I imagine you have to get onto this quickly before it starts. I mean, now this is exposed metal. It's going to start corroding in a day or two.
Absolutely. If it's exposed, if it's raining or something, it will start corrode. Yeah.
So you got to get onto this quick.
This is going to be covered like tomorrow or so. Paint on.
Fantastic.
And then, okay. This part here is good. There's nothing wrong with it, so I didn't take any paint off there.
Yeah.
I've sanded it. It's fine.
Right.
There's no cracks or anything. It's just the top part that was the real problem.
Great.
Yeah, I'm going to use the rough 220 paper.
All right.
Just to clean it up. And what I normally use, I use a bit of
It's like soap or something.
Dishwasher,
Yeah.
because dishwasher it's got that oil cleaning substance that
Oh, right.
it's just to rub once over.
Okay. Are you going to go smoother and smoother as you go? Or is
No,
this
no,
good
this
enough?
is just a cleanup. No.
All right. Is this in case any little overnight, a little bit of corrosion set in or
Yeah.
something like that?
And you want to get all the dust of it, and you know, when it's dry you don't get the dust. So with the moisture or the water, you actually remove.
Extra bit of dust and
You
stuff.
see, this is there's still filler there, old filler there,
Oh, right.
which I think I must remove.
Okay.
Because
Now, why
it'll create-
would...
You see that? Remember they've put lead on there,
Yes.
and then obviously the lead wasn't properly put on, so there's
Yeah.
still some of the old filler. So what I want to do, I want to take it out because that is
Potentially a
a
future
potential.
problem.
Yeah.
I see you just wipe it. Are you going to rinse it off or are you just going to wipe it down like this now? Leaving the soap on, or do you take it?
No. Well, I'll get some clean water and then
Yeah.
just.
You know, when I think about it, my dad's first car was a Datsun Triple S, and I think
Sure.
if he still had it or had one or something, you know, maybe 20 years ago it was not that important to me, but I think now if I owned one
Yeah.
of those cars, it would be like a absolute treasure, you know?
They all sought after cars. Even, you know, in our younger days we had Cortinas and Escorts. Those
Yes.
things are fetching fancy money these days.
Yes.
There is such a demand for it, and you know, we all seem to have neglected it, and people putting wire wheels and all kinds of stuff on it, and
Yeah.
they've now become collector's items and very, very pricey. Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the other day there was a Escort for sale for 400,000 rand.
Oh, incredible, eh?
Yeah.
But obviously, I think Escort and that for 400, he must be like your car. I mean, it must be in perfect condition.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. They've got these guys that restore them right to the mint condition.
Yeah.
Okay, this uncle is right. We can fix.
All right. This one now, huh?
You can see there's some corrosion still there.
Yes. Yes, over there. Oh, I need to get into that, eh? So this first bit of paint we're going to be putting on is really targeting the clean metal,
Yeah.
hey?
Yeah. Yes.
Why do they use the word self-etch primer? You use that word. Why is it that?
Well, it's what it says. It etches itself onto the metal.
Oh, so it
so-
actually bonds with the metal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It has. I think if you look at the can there, it has some ingredient that stops corrosion, and it like blends into the metal.
If the rusting came through, you know, from the other side, so behind the bodywork that you can't see it,
Yeah, it's
how would you deal with that? I mean,
the only thing is to replace the panel. But what I've done on the Peugeot, it was a couple of marks where the rust came straight through. So I've actually cleaned both sides properly, and then I've put a piece of metal on the inside, and then fill it on the outside both with fillers, but
Okay.
clean it properly, and again using the anti-rust stuff on both sides, and it stays for a while.
okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it will stay there forever, but it will be okay.
The old guys would have stuck lead in there.
Yeah,
On top of your metal.
but the problem is you've got nothing to bind, unless you obviously put a piece of metal on the rear side,
Yeah.
and then
What about fiberglass?
fiberglass is fine. I use it on the bucky.
Okay.
So yeah,
You know, you fiberglass from the inside, and then you just sort of, or would you actually let the fiberglass? Would you smooth off the fiberglass then?
you can fiberglass from the inside, and then because body filler that you is actually fiberglass product.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So this stuff here is actually, it is fiberglass. Well, it doesn't say there.
Although it mixes look like a putty.
It's like a putty. Yeah. You've got to put a catalyst onto it. So once it comes out the tin, it will always stay pliable.
Okay.
Unless you put
The catalyst on
catalyst
it.
on,
Yes.
and the catalyst hardens it, just like fiberglass.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a product. It actually smells like fiberglass as well.
And that's what bonds the fiberglass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is your catalyst that you put on.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. 2+2 Mustang. What does that mean?
It's the seat configuration.
Yeah.
The seats at the back is very cramped. It's actually for kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you sit at the back, you can. It's
2+2, obviously. Yeah.
2+2. Yeah.
Okay. And then
what it says.
listen, and I notice on the front here it says 289.
Okay.
Now,
What
does
it
that
has,
mean?
it has the V for V8, and a 289 is the cubic inches size of the engine. It's like 4.7 liters in our language.